In this video, we're talking about Saskatoon's best new residential areas. You'll find out why these neighborhoods are becoming hotspots for new home buyers and what makes each one unique. Whether you're interested in the latest home sales, the best amenities, or the exciting new developments nearby, this video has it all. If you are thinking of a move in Saskatoon, send me an email. My info is in the description below. Rosewood neighborhood. Rosewood is located on the east side of Saskatoon. In Rosewood, within the past year, there was 191 sales for homes in the area. 161 of those sales were single-family homes, which means the large majority of purchases in the area were not condos, they were single-family homes. Although, yes, there are quite a few of newly built apartments for rent in Rosewood. For a single-family home with a detached garage style of property, you will see those ranging from $415,000 and upwards. If you are looking for a single family home with a double attached garage style of home, you will be starting around $500,000 and upwards from there. There were 4 sales in Rosewood over the past year over $1 million. There were 39 sales in Rosewood over the past year above $700,000, which goes to show Rosewood is one of the premium areas that people are willing to spend bigger dollars when it comes to single-family properties, significantly in Saskatoon. There was 30 condos that sold between apartments and townhomes, and those ranged anywhere from $200,000 and upwards for apartments, between $300,000 to $400,000 for entry-level townhomes, all the way up to $700,000 for a bungalow-style townhome with a double-attached garage perfectly set up for seniors and retirees. Rosewood is unique because it is a new construction neighborhood still to this date with a lot of great brand new product available. However, it's a very large neighborhood and has been under construction in Saskatoon for well over a decade. Rosewood does have an elementary school now, as well as many parks, paths, and walking trails. There are plenty of commercial amenities and plazas for shopping located in Rosewood neighborhood as well. And Rosewood is adjacent to Greenbrier neighborhood and Greenbrier Golf and Country Club, which, by the way, is bar none, by far, the most premier residential neighborhood for luxury properties in all of Saskatoon. And as well, what makes Rosewood very attractive these days is that the second Costco in Saskatoon, as well as a large commercial subdivision area with many plazas, is located adjacent to Rosewood neighborhood, which makes it a hotspot for anybody that lives anywhere near Rosewood. Aspen Ridge, Saskatoon. Aspen Ridge is an east side neighborhood, but it is located northeast in Saskatoon. Aspen Ridge is still largely a new construction neighborhood. It is still a very new development, and there were a total of 115 units sold in Aspen Ridge over the past year. 67 of them were single-family homes, starting around $420,000 for a detached garage style of home, $500,000 for a double attached garage style of home. Very similar pricing to Rosewood, maybe a slight bit more expensive for Aspen Ridge as compared to Rosewood. There were 48 townhomes that sold in Aspen Ridge over the past year, starting around $400,000. There were no apartment sales at all. However, there are a large amount of new construction apartment condos for rent in Aspen Ridge right now. And there's only one sale over $1 million in Aspen Ridge. Over the past year, 16 sales over $700,000. Less overall sales as compared to other neighborhoods like Brighton and Rosewood, but this neighborhood is still picking up steam. It is still pretty early stages of development. There is no school yet in Aspen Ridge. There is no rec center yet in Aspen Ridge, but they do have some really great commercial amenities located in Aspen Ridge, including groceries, shopping, plazas, and restaurants. It also does have Evergreen right adjacent to it, which does have a school and additional amenities in Evergreen as well. Speaking of which, Evergreen is of course also a northeast neighborhood here in Saskatoon, and there were 227 sales over the past year in Evergreen. Now, Evergreen is more of an established neighborhood, although it is still a very new neighborhood. There are not very many residential lots available left. There are still some commercial lots available that are filling in with townhomes and other types of commercial, but you will see mostly an established neighborhood in Evergreen. 92 of those 227 sales were single-family homes, starting around $475,000 for a detached style home and $500,000 for an attached garage style home. You see those prices climb up a little bit. Part of that reason is because majority of them have finished basements now because it is an established neighborhood. 5 properties in Evergreen sold over $1 million in the past year, and 29 properties sold over $700,000 within the past year, which puts Evergreen and Rosewood significantly on the map for those buyers that are looking to spend significant dollars for upper end product here in Saskatoon on the east side. In spite of the fact that there's a significant amount of upper end sales in Evergreen, the large majority of those sales were condo units, apartments, townhomes, and modulars. Apartment units start around $180,000 and up all the way to $350,000 depending on bedrooms, bathrooms, square feet, and parking available. Modular townhomes start around $250,000, and the typical townhomes found in Evergreen start at around $320,000 to $350,000 up to $400,000, maybe $450,000 in Evergreen neighborhood. You can find bungalow style townhomes similar to what I had mentioned in Rosewood at around $600,000 there in Evergreen as well. And Evergreen, significant note here is that it is actually backing onto the established forested area of the Forestry Farm Park and Zoo here in Saskatoon, which is another great amenity, as well it is also backing onto the university agricultural lands, which is great because it's an open green space that will likely never in our immediate future, to any knowledge, be developed into commercial space because it is used for research at the University of Saskatchewan for farmland purposes. Evergreen does have 2 elementary schools, some significant commercial amenities available, and a ton of parks, paths, and walking trails. Really great for families as well. Stonebridge neighborhood. Now we are jumping to the south of Saskatoon, which, by the way, is still considered an east side neighborhood because it is still east of the river in Saskatoon. There is most certainly an east and west divide here in Saskatoon. We'll get to that in a little bit. Stonebridge also is largely an established neighborhood, very similar to Evergreen. However, it is as well still a newer neighborhood. There are not very many new residential lots available left in Stonebridge. There are still a few commercial lots available left in Stonebridge. However, there were 278 sales in Stonebridge over the past year. 111 of them were single-family homes ranging from about $440,000 and up for a detached garage-style home, and $470,000 and up for an attached garage-style home. There was 1 home that sold over $1 million and 8 sales in Stonebridge over $700,000 within the past year. It's a very good value east side neighborhood, but what you will notice by the homes that were constructed in the area is that the majority of those single-family homes fit right around that median middle ground range. It's not that it is not a premium neighborhood, it is a very nice neighborhood. There just weren't that many upper end $1 million homes built in that neighborhood for whatever reason. There were 167 condos sold between apartments, modulars, and townhomes with similar pricing to what we've talked about, from $175,000 and up for apartments, $260,000 for modulars, and you will see condos up to $450,000 for townhome style as well, with garages. Stonebridge does have an elementary school as well, and Stonebridge is conveniently located adjacent to Exhibition neighborhood, which does have the Western Development Museum, which is a notable stop-in place for locals and tourists, as well as Prairieland Park, which is one of the largest indoor recreational facilities for indoor events in all of Saskatchewan. It is also located adjacent to Willows Golf and Country Club and the Saskatoon Golf and Country Club, which are also two of Saskatoon's most premier neighborhoods and golf courses. Brighton, Saskatoon. I actually did a separate video on Brighton altogether, but this is a very notable mention for neighborhoods in Saskatoon because they have monopolized, or at least gobbled up, a very significant portion of the momentum for brand new construction on the east side of Saskatoon. As a matter of fact, 60% of all new construction starts on the east side of Saskatoon happened in Brighton, which leaves 40% for other neighborhoods like Aspen Ridge and Rosewood combined, as well as all of the brand new infill starts on the east side of Saskatoon. The reason for this is because Brighton was very uniquely designed from its origin. It is a privately developed neighborhood, unlike most of Saskatoon's other new neighborhoods in town, which were developed by the city of Saskatoon. Brighton was a private development, which was very strategic from the get-go in the beginning, which created a really great momentum. What they did here was they spent money on parks, paths, berms, roads, and commercial development before they even built any houses. They also made it mandatory for every single brand new home to have a finished front landscaping, a finished yard in the front, and a finished driveway, so that when you move into your brand new home and you drive into your garage, it feels like an established neighborhood even though you just bought a brand new home. You don't have weeds that are this tall and half the neighborhood with unfinished basements and dust and dirt and mud everywhere. They made it very, very attractive for anybody that has kids that want to access the parks, paths, have privacy, and feel established on day one. There were 348 sales in Brighton over the past year. 225 of them were houses, 123 of them were townhouses, and again, similar to Aspen Ridge, there was no apartment sales in the neighborhood. However, there was again brand new construction for apartment buildings, which are available only for rent in Brighton neighborhood. There were only 13 homes that sold over $700,000 and only one that sold over $1 million. And similar to Stonebridge, Brighton seems to appeal to that large majority of middle ground single family home buyers in that mid-range of $500,000 up to $700,000. We are starting to see those price points climb as inflation continues, but we are also seeing a new sector and a new segment of upper end new construction starts in Brighton as that development continues to pick up momentum. It is bringing in attraction from other areas. Brighton is conveniently located between College Drive and 8th Street, which makes it also a very convenient commuter spot to other shops, restaurants, and anything in Saskatoon, with two main arteries feeding directly into the city's main core. Brighton does not have a school or a rec center yet, but there are plans for it, and there is a huge amount of room for growth in this neighborhood. They are only still just getting started in Brighton neighborhood. Blairmore neighborhood. It is the first of our notable mentions on the west side of Saskatoon. We saw 33 sales in Blairmore over the past year, and what you will notice is that there are actually no single family home sales in Blairmore neighborhood. Blairmore consists of apartments, townhomes, and modular construction homes, which you will find very attractive pricing for this newer product, from $150,000 for a one-bed, one-bath apartment with one parking stall, up to $289,000 for a single attached garage-style townhome with a finished basement. Blairmore is home of Saskatoon's newest high school and Saskatoon's newest rec center. Blairmore has an array of big-box commercial development stores available in the community, like Walmart, Lowe's, condos, etc. And it is adjacently located to Kensington neighborhood. And between the two neighborhoods, two communities, they support each other greatly in what they each have to offer for amenities. Hampton Village neighborhood. Hampton Village is located northwest of Saskatoon, and similar to Evergreen or Stonebridge, it is largely a established neighborhood. However, it is still newer in its construction period of time. There were 165 sales in Hampton over the past year, 72 of which were single family homes starting around $360,000. Only 4 properties sold in Hampton Village above $600,000 over the past year, which is similar in Kensington neighborhood, where those with bigger dollars in Saskatoon are not spending money in Kensington or Hampton or the West Side in general, as you might know. There were 93 condo sales in Hampton Village, including apartments, modulars, and townhomes. Modular condos will start around $180,000. Apartments will range from $200,000 up to $250,000, depending on beds, baths, square feet, and parking. Townhouses will range from $230,000 up to $450,000 for half duplexes. And Hampton Village is located very conveniently near Saskatoon's airport. One very significant notable mention about Hampton Village is, of course, it is a safe neighborhood on the west side for a very competitive price, but it is also the only neighborhood in Saskatoon that is located so close to the North Industrial of Saskatoon, which, by the way, does employ the large portion of our workforce here in Saskatoon, which makes it a very nice commute to work for many, many Saskatoon residents. Kensington neighborhood, as we had mentioned before, is Saskatoon's newest West Side community, and there were 86 sales in Kensington over the past year, 61 of which were single-family homes starting around $400,000 for a detached garage-style home, $450,000 for an attached garage-style home. 25 condo sales, including apartments, modulars, and townhomes, ranging in similar pricing to what we've seen in Hampton Village, from $180,000 to $230,000, depending on what you see for apartments, similar to Blairmore pricing as well. And then townhomes will range from $250,000 up to $350,000, depending on which style of townhome. And there was only one sale above $700,000 in Kensington neighborhood over the past year. Hope you found some value. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are thinking of a move in Saskatoon, send me an email. My info's in the description below. And otherwise, we will see you on this video next. Have a fantastic day.